Ladies and gentlemen, what if I told you that in just 28 days, you could completely rewrite the story of your life? Most people will hear this and shrug it off, but a rare few, will listen, commit, and witness their entire world change before their eyes. Because the truth is, success doesn't arrive by luck or accident. It's built one consistent day at a time. And if you give me your attention for the next few minutes, I'll show you how repeating this for 28 days can turn ordinary effort into extraordinary results. The moment you realize that power was within you all along, a calm confidence takes root in your spirit. You stop searching for shortcuts because you finally understand that the long way is the real way. Every great transformation requires time, patience, and faith in the process. The oak tree does not grow overnight. It begins as a seed, buried in darkness, unseen by the world. But beneath the soil, something magnificent is happening. Roots are forming, strength is building, and life is preparing to rise. You too are in that process. The 28 days are not about speed. They are about becoming deeply rooted in the mindset that sustains success. At first, the changes you experience may be subtle. A little more clarity, a touch more energy, a moment of peace where chaos once ruled. The signals that your mind is aligning with your purpose. The human mind is the most powerful mechanism on earth, yet it operates based on what you feed it. For 28 days, you are reprogramming it to serve you, not sabotage you. You are teaching it to look for solutions, not problems. You are training it to see abundance, not lack. And slowly, almost imperceptibly, it begins to obey your command. There's a law in nature that whatever we consistently nurture must grow. You cannot water weeds and expect roses. You cannot feed fear and expect faith. The same law applies to your thought. When you consciously choose what to feed your mind for 28 days, you take control of the most important resource you have. Your attention is currency. Whatever you spend it on multiplies. Spend it on complaints, and you'll find more reasons to complain. Spend it on gratitude, and you'll discover miracles where you once saw obstacles. Each morning is a new beginning, a blank page waiting for your command. Before the noise of the world floods in, speak to yourself with power. Declare the person you are becoming. Visualize your goals as already achieved. Feel the gratitude of success before it arrives. This is not fantasy. It is the practical use of faith. Faith is the ability to see the invisible and act as though it were visible. When you practice this for 28 days, your subconscious begins to accept it as truth. And once the subconscious accepts an idea, it manifests it into reality. The great tragedy of life is that most people live by default rather than design. They wake up, react to the day, and repeat the cycle, never realizing they could program their minds to create a new pattern. But you, by committing to this 28-day transformation, have chosen the path of design. You are no longer the product of circumstance. You are the architect of your destiny. And every day that you repeat the thoughts, words, and actions that align with your purpose, you are laying another brick in the foundation of your new life. In these 28 days, there will be moments when the old version of you tries to return. It will whisper, "Skip today, it won't matter." But that voice is the echo of your past, and every time you ignore it, you weaken it. The old habits will lose their grip, and the new habits will take hold. The resistance you feel is not a sign of failure. It is proof of transformation. It means your mind is adapting to a new way of being. Push through it. Every morning, remind yourself that you are the creator, not the victim, that your thoughts are tools, not tyrants, that your future is flexible, not fixed. This awareness alone is liberation, because once you know you are in control, fear loses its hold. You no longer wait for life to change. You create the change. The person who understands this becomes a magnet for progress. Nothing can stop a mind that has decided to focus on growth every single day. At the end of each day, take a quiet moment to reflect on your progress. Not with judgment, but with gratitude. Notice how far you've come, even if the world hasn't noticed yet. The invisible work you're doing, the discipline, the reflection, the repetition, is shaping you into someone extraordinary. You are becoming the type of person whose presence inspires others to believe in their own potential. That is the true reward of transformation. When you repeat this process daily, you begin to see that life itself responds to your rhythm. And what once felt like coincidence starts to feel like alignment. You meet the right people, find yourself in the right places, and experience the right opportunities. But it's not luck. It's the natural outcome of inner order. You have synchronized your thoughts with your purpose, and the universe responds in kind. There is no limit to what you can achieve when you understand this. The same power that built the great cities, wrote the great symphonies, and advanced civilizations lives within you. The difference is focus. For 28 days, you are reclaiming that focus, reclaiming that power, and channeling it toward the life you truly desire. Day by day, repetition by repetition, you are awakening the extraordinary potential that was dormant within you. And as this awareness deepens, you begin to move differently. You speak with intention. You act with purpose. You think with clarity. You no longer rush. You move with quiet confidence, knowing that everything you desire is being built one consistent day at a time. You no longer ask if it will happen. You simply know it must. Because you are no longer waiting for change. You are the change in motion. You are the change in motion. And that realization shifts everything. You begin to walk through life with a calm certainty, no longer anxious about how or when things will happen, because you know that consistent thought and consistent action make results inevitable. The soil doesn't question whether the seed will grow. It simply does what nature designed it to do. You are no different. Once you plant the right thoughts, nurture them daily, and refuse to dig them up with doubt, they must bear fruit. That's not philosophy. It's law. The same law that governs the seasons governs your success. As the days unfold, something powerful begins to take place. You notice that what once drained your energy no longer has power over you. The small frustrations that used to throw you off balance lose their grip, because your focus is anchored to something greater. You no longer react impulsively. You respond intelligently. You have built a new mental foundation, one that stands firm regardless of circumstances. That is what happens when you direct your mind for 28 days straight. You become unshakable. Every day you repeat the process. You reinforce your identity. You're no longer a person trying to change. You are a person who has changed. You wake up each morning with purpose because you have trained your mind to see life as a series of opportunities instead of obstacles. And because you expect good things begin to find you. Expectation, when backed by consistent effort, is one of the most powerful forces in the world. It draws to you everything that matches its frequency. You start noticing patterns of progress that were once invisible. The conversation that inspires a new idea. The chance encounter that leads to an opportunity. The creative spark that emerges when you least expect it. And now, as you continue, you notice that your relationship with time changes. You no longer rush the process. You understand that greatness grows in silence and patience. You stop measuring progress by speed and start measuring it by consistency. You no longer ask, how long will it take? Instead, you say, as long as it takes. That shift in attitude transforms pressure into peace. You have learned to trust the rhythm of your own journey. As the days pass, your awareness deepens. You begin to see patterns in your thinking that you never noticed before. You catch yourself the moment negativity tries to creep in, and you redirect it. You become the guardian of your mind. You realize that guarding your mind is not about avoiding the world. It's about filtering it. You choose what to let in because you understand that what enters your mind eventually shapes your life. This is not control. It is stewardship. You have become the steward of your destiny. Your vision of yourself grows clearer. You can see it now, the life you're building, the person you're becoming, the impact you're meant to make. That vision no longer feels distant or impossible. It feels real because you've built the mental foundation for it. For 28 days, you've been programming your subconscious mind, and now it is beginning to act in alignment with your conscious desires. This is the harmony between belief and action, thought and motion, vision and reality. You have learned that transformation is not a single event but a continuous unfolding. The 28 days are not the destination. They are the initiation. Each repetition has opened a new layer of awareness. Each affirmation has strengthened your self-image, and each act of discipline has built confidence. You now carry within you the knowledge that you can recreate yourself at any time. That understanding is the greatest power a person can possess. And with that power, your energy changes. And so, you no longer move through life as though things are happening to you. You move as though everything is happening for you. Even challenges become opportunities. You no longer see failure as a stop sign, but as a stepping stone. You understand that life is not testing you. It is training you. It is training you. Every setback becomes fuel for greater strength. Every difficulty refines your character. Every day adds to your mastery. People will begin to ask what changed. They'll notice your calm, your focus, your confidence. And when they do, you'll smile, because you'll know it wasn't a secret formula or a lucky break. It was repetition. It was consistency. It was the daily decision to rise above average thinking and embrace greatness through small, deliberate actions. The same opportunity is available to everyone, but few will commit to 28 days of consistent, intentional living. You did, and that made all the difference. Now your habits work for you automatically. Your mind seeks solutions before problems arise. Your emotions serve you instead of control you. Your days are infused with purpose. You are living proof of what can happen when a person decides to master their mind and repeat that mastery every single day. The power you feel is not new. It's the same power you've always had. You just stopped doubting it and started using it. And as you continue this journey beyond the 28 days, you realize something profound. The path of growth never ends. Each level of mastery reveals a new horizon. Each day of discipline expands your capacity. Each act of faith brings new possibilities. You've entered a rhythm of creation where thought, action, and belief move together in harmony. You no longer need to chase transformation. You are transformation in motion, living proof that consistent repetition can reshape a life from the inside out. You are transformation in motion, and every step you take from this point forward deepens that truth. You've built a rhythm of growth, a steady pulse of progress that beats beneath the surface of your every action. It no longer matters how small the steps are, because you've learned that the direction is what defines destiny, not the distance. Each choice you make now flows from awareness, from intention, from that quiet conviction that you are shaping your world with every thought, word, and deed. And that awareness, repeated daily, becomes your power. As the days stretch on, you begin to understand something that few people ever grasp. True change is not about control. It's about cooperation. You don't force transformation. You align with it. You don't fight against your old self. You invite your higher self to take the lead. You don't battle your habits. You redirect them. The 28 days were never a punishment of discipline. They were a dance with destiny. And now the rhythm has become natural. What once required effort now feels effortless. The things that used to drain your energy now fuel it. You are no longer resisting life. You are moving with it. You begin to see life as a mirror reflecting your state of mind. Every circumstance, every interaction, every outcome mirrors something within you. And instead of blaming the mirror, you polish the reflection. You understand that if something in your world isn't as you desire, the change must begin within. You take responsibility not out of guilt, but out of power. Because to take responsibility is to take control. It means you no longer hand your peace to people or events. You reclaim it, hold it, and protect it. Each day as you continue this practice, the sense of calm within you grows deeper. You no longer react to the noise of the world. You've built an inner silence that no chaos can disturb. That silence is not emptiness, it's strength. It's the space where clarity lives. From that space, you can see solutions where others see confusion. You can sense direction where others feel lost. You can make decisions not out of fear, but out of certainty. This is the mind of mastery, the fruit of consistent repetition and focus. You've also discovered that gratitude is the most powerful amplifier of change. It turns ordinary moments into miracles. When you begin your day thankful for what is, you naturally attract more to be thankful for. Gratitude sharpens your awareness, tunes your frequency, and magnifies the good in your life. It makes your mind fertile for success because it removes resistance. A grateful mind doesn't dwell in lack, it vibrates with abundance. And as you've practiced this over the days, you've felt that shift, the quiet knowing that no matter what happens, life is working in your favor. You've learned that success isn't a destination, but a state of alignment. It's not something that suddenly appears one day, it's something that grows through every consistent act of awareness. The more you align your thoughts with your purpose, the more opportunities begin to match that vibration. It's not coincidence, it's correspondence. The outer world must rearrange itself to reflect the inner one. You've seen this with your own eyes now. Doors that were once closed begin to open. People appear who bring guidance. Ideas flow effortlessly. You are no longer wishing for things to happen. You are participating in their creation. Every challenge that arises now feels different. You no longer see obstacles as punishment. You see them as preparation. You understand that pressure is how strength is built. Just as muscles grow under tension, your character expands under challenge. You welcome resistance because you know it refines you. You no longer say, "Oh, why is this happening to me?" You ask, "What is this teaching me?" That simple shift in question turns every difficulty into a tool for growth. And because of that, life can no longer break you, it can only build you. You've also discovered that confidence is not arrogance, it is trust. Trust in your preparation, trust in your purpose, trust in the process. It doesn't mean you think you're better than others. It means you finally understand your own value. The same energy that fuels the stars flows through you. The same intelligence that governs the universe lives in your mind. Once you recognize that, you walk differently. You no longer shrink to fit small expectations. You no longer apologize for dreaming big. You move with quiet assurance, knowing that your life is simply a reflection of what you decide to believe. Every day you reaffirm your vision. You no longer ask if, you only ask a how. And when the how seems unclear, you trust that it will reveal itself in time. The person who can hold a vision with unwavering faith while taking consistent action is unstoppable. Because while others wait for proof, you act on belief. You understand that evidence follows faith, not the other way around. This is how you've been living each day, acting in alignment before the results appear, and that is why the results have begun to unfold. You also begin to notice that your relationships change. You no longer need to explain your transformation to others. You've learned that people don't hear what you say, they feel who you are. Your energy speaks louder than your words. The calm in your tone, the confidence in your eyes, the peace in your presence, these are your messages now. Some people will be drawn to your energy. Others may fall away. Both are necessary. As you grow, your frequency changes, and not everyone is meant to continue the journey with you. You bless them, release them, and keep walking. You have come to appreciate solitude. It no longer feels like loneliness, it feels like power. In the quiet moments, you meet the deeper parts of yourself. You listen to the guidance that can only be heard when the noise of the world fades. You realize that silence is not the absence of sound, but the presence of awareness. In that silence, creativity is born, ideas emerge, and intuition speaks clearly. You've learned to trust that inner voice. It has never been wrong, and each time you follow it, your confidence in yourself grows stronger. There's a subtle joy that has begun to take hold, a joy not dependent on circumstance. It's the joy of becoming. The joy of knowing that each day you are refining your character, expanding your mind, and strengthening your spirit. You no longer chase happiness, you embody it. You no longer search for purpose, you live it. The very act of growth has become your fulfillment. And that, perhaps, is the greatest secret of all, that happiness was never something to find, but something to express from within. The 28 days have taught you something that changes everything. Repetition rewires reality. Every thought repeated with emotion becomes a belief. Every belief acted upon becomes a habit. Every habit practiced daily becomes your identity, and your identity determines your destiny. You no longer try to change the outer circumstances directly. You go to the source. You change the cause, not the effect. You change your thoughts, and the results follow naturally. It's the quiet, simple process that all great minds have practiced throughout history, but few truly You are among those few now. Each day feels more purposeful, not because life has suddenly become easier, but because you have become stronger. The same challenges that once overwhelmed you now inspire you. The same fears that once froze you now fuel you. You've transformed pressure into progress. You've learned that peace doesn't come from the absence of problems. It comes from the presence of perspective. That realization alone separates you from the masses who live in reaction rather than creation. You've stopped waiting for motivation because you've learned that discipline creates. You act first, and the feeling follows. That one truth alone changes lives. You no longer rely on fleeting emotion. You rely on decision, and that decision, repeated daily, gives birth to unstoppable momentum. You have become the kind of person who moves forward regardless of mood because your actions are driven by purpose, not comfort. As your awareness deepens, you begin to see the world differently. You see opportunities where others see obstacles. You see potential where others see problems. You see abundance where others see lack. It's as though your eyes have adjusted to a higher light. You no longer live from the outside in. You live from the inside out. Your circumstances no longer define your state. Your state defines your circumstances. That is the essence of creation. The truth is, you've crossed a line that few ever cross, the line between intention and embodiment. You no longer just talk about change. You are the change. You no longer chase wisdom. You live it. The lessons you once read or heard are now written in your behavior. The repetition has become revelation. What started as a 28-day practice has become a way of life. You've realized that mastery is not an act of striving. It's an act of remembering who you truly are. You are transformation in motion, and the world around you is beginning to reflect that motion in every way. The same laws that guided you through these days will guide you through every season of life. The rhythm you've built will continue to carry you forward, because you now understand that repetition is not routine. It's revelation. You are no longer the student of change. You are its living expression.